Black and White Network fans, we are back with another video. And boy, we are in an economic crisis. You guys know that. Gas prices are out of control. The average price for gas is over $4 a gallon, the most since 2008. And the experts out there are forecasting that in the next day, we will actually set a record high for gas. And it's only going to get worse because Biden decided that we should be buying oil from Russia and not producing oil here. This is not a good move. The man has never been smart, by the way. He never has. But the Democrats, they want us to go zero emissions. They want this whole Green New Deal thing that is completely not possible. It's not. Now, guys, I worked in oil and gas before I started doing this full time here. And I've talked with experts, PhDs. They've even said this whole AOC Green New Deal thing is completely unrealistic. Okay, it's unrealistic. This is coming from people with PhDs, not a former bartender that was elected to Congress. Okay, but now, guys, Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg, they're out there now, still preaching this whole Green New Deal kind of thing, going zero emissions in the midst of high gas prices and high costs for everything because inflation is at a 40-year high. They don't want you to use gas cars anymore. They're out there pushing for you to actually get electronic vehicles, aka EV cars. Not making this up, guys. And guess what? You probably can't even afford it. Check this out. Over here on Daily Mail, Kamala Harris say it is time to make a transition to green energy as she pushes electronic cars and clean transit with Pete Buttigieg while Americans face record gas prices. This is your government, folks. These are the people that you elected. And I'm mainly talking to you Biden voters here. They're out there pushing electronic cars. Folks, you want to know how much the average electronic vehicle costs? You can't afford it. The average cost is somewhere around $57,000. Do you have $57,000 to spend on an electronic car? And by the way, if you get one of those, you're also going to need the charging station as well. That will be another cost. And I want to say that probably 90% of homes out there don't even have this. But Joe Biden is willing to spend billions of dollars on this thing. And he's just going to make inflation even worse by pumping more money into the economy. This is a waste of money, folks. They're out there telling you to go and buy, on average, $57,000 cars. This is crazy. Let's read this here. Kamala Harris and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg on Monday pushed a transition to green energy and electronic cars as Americans face record high prices at the pump. As gas costs soar and more workers are returning to the office as COVID numbers fall, Joe Biden's administration announced a $3.7 billion boost for public transportation, including an investment in new fleets of electronic buses. Quote, "We are in the midst of a turning point. We have the technologies to transition to a zero-emission fleet," Harris said during the announcement. "We can address the climate crisis and grow our economy at the same time." See, this is something the Democrats have been pushing for a very, very long time. They don't want oil and gas, because they don't want to drill for it because they believe, that hurts the environment. But however, they have no problem buying oil from countries that hate our guts. This is the way the Democrats think, okay? It goes on. Buttigieg also stressed how the money would help the environment. Transit gets riders where they need to be efficiently and affordably with far less pollution to thrive. And it's even good for drivers of cars because it means less congestion and traffic on our roads. And transit is even better when it's clean transit with modern electronic buses that don't pollute at all, he said. Neither official mentioned gas prices. AAA reported Sunday that the national average for a gallon of gas hit $4.009, the highest since 2008. On Monday, the average price hit $4.10 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy. Also a factor, the average transaction price for an electronic vehicle is $56,437, according to Kelley Blue Book, which is about $10,000 higher than the overall industry average for a vehicle. Now, guys, I'm pretty sure not even most people are probably even buying $47,000 vehicles, but they want you to go out there and spend $57,000 on average for an electronic vehicle. Now, if I'm not mistaken, guys, I could be wrong about this, but in the People's Republic of California, their socialist government over there has already put something into works to eliminate all gas cars by, I believe, 2035. So roughly in like 13 years. These people are out of their minds. They're bringing this stuff up now when people are struggling to even put a half a tank of gas in their car, and they're struggling to buy all of their groceries. This is crazy right here. And Mark Wayne Mullen tweets this out. VP Kamala Harris and DOT Secretary Pete Buttigieg spent the afternoon promoting electronic vehicles and the Green New Deal policies. Are you kidding me? The Biden administration could not be more tone deaf. They don't understand that people can't afford this stuff. And Biden is wasting $3.7 billion when inflation is already out of control on this whole Green New Deal thing. Folks, I'm wondering at a federal level, if the Democrats remain in power, will they actually start banning gasoline cars? I believe that's their ultimate goal right there. Because they believe, you got some crazy people out there thinking that the planet is going to end in like 10 years unless we go green. This is insane. This is insane. They're pushing solar panels too. Now, solar panels are a good thing. But guess what? Solar panels and windmills only work when, you guessed it, the sun is out and the wind blows. And guess what? The sun ain't out all the time. What if it rains? You're not getting any energy production, and the wind doesn't always blow. This is crazy. Now, check this out. It says here, electronic vehicles versus gas-powered cars. The facts as Biden administration pushes Americans to buy cleaner vehicles. The average price of an electronic vehicle is $56,437,000, $10,000 higher than the industry average of all cars, according to Kelley Blue Book. Based on the average lifespan of the car, 200,000 miles, the cost to maintain a gas fuel car would be $94,540,000, while an electronic vehicle would be $90,160,000, according to Car and Driver. So, if they force you to eliminate your, let's say, $20,000 car, and you got to buy a $60,000 car, I don't see the benefit in that. I really don't. Electronic cars are expected to last 300,000 miles, while a standard car is 200,000 miles. Now, I don't see a problem if you actually want to buy an electronic vehicle. If you can afford it, hey, good for you. But guess what? The average American cannot afford this stuff. And Kamala Harris is so tone deaf. Pete Buttigieg is so tone deaf. These people are out of their mind, pumping all of this money, wasting money on this Green New Deal stuff. Is completely insane, especially at this time right now when everything is so much more expensive now. They're so tone deaf. They're so out of touch with the everyday American. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, Let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.